risk is at stake.
Exactly.
National security interests are at stake.
You can say that about pretty much all of Africa. They're incapable of governing themselves and benefiting their citizens.
Hi everyone, welcome back to True Mambi. I hope you are well by the grace of God. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. This is another disturbing video. This man has made a statement that is very disturbing. So I want to react on it. I don't really know him or heard about him until when I listened to this video. So I decided to check. And his name is Erik Prince, born 6th of June 1969. His wealth is around 2 billion. And he's a CEO of a company called Blackwater, which is like something like the Russia Wagner. They go to countries and help the countries fight. Like he has a military company, private company, something of that sort. So he said because of the illegal immigrants going to America, which is too much, he has to find way and means to stop it. And somebody with his background, I think he can do something about it. It's fair enough there are a lot of people pouring into this country every day and night. They are tired of them. They want to get rid of them. But what is the fundamental problem of these illegal immigrants? Why are they going into this country? He didn't discuss, or they didn't discuss anything of that sort. When you look at the faces, and according to some other news that I've listened to, many of these people are from Latin America. As you can see from the screen, the majority are from Mexico, and we all know Mexico history with America, and the reason why these illegal immigrants are pouring from Venezuela and the rest. That is not America's problem, according to him. The problem is our African leaders. He said these illegal immigrants are going to America and Europe because of our corrupt leaders who are looting our money and going to Paris to shop. So he wants America and the Europe to recolonize Africa, to take care of Africa because our leaders or the African people can't take care of themselves. I said, what? This man, are you normal? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Especially in this moment that is very sensitive. Now that you are returning our looting items back, the history attached to those, the horrors that they have created, you want to recolonize Africa. I was not surprised though, because I made a video about this. Another guy, I think he's German also, who was saying that our leaders are stupid and they were giving the resources to them. Well, they need it, they are coming for it. If we do not give it to them, they will not take it. But our leaders are giving it to them. The day their eyes will open and they will say, no, we are not giving it to you, then there will be war between the West and Africa. The video is there. I will put it in the comment section. If you are interested, check it out, please. So you listen to this man making the same kind of statement as if it's like, Germany is saying that I'm going to, delete the Jewish again because they are stupid. It's like that, something like that to me. It's sad. Please let's listen to it more. What he has to say about the reason why he is going to Africa, but not Latin America, where the majority of the people are entering their country. They are always one when it comes to Africa. he mentioned Europe and America, whereby the case is in mainly America border that they are talking about. Thank you so much for your time.
People running from bad governance. Look, all this talk of illegal migration in Europe, in the United States, it ultimately comes down to a contest of what is governance. Who is governed? Which countries are governed well? And if so many of these countries around the world are incapable of governing themselves, then it's time for us to just put the imperial hat back on to say, we're going to govern those countries if you're incapable of governing yourselves, because enough is enough. We're done being invaded.
Because our own national security risk is at stake.
Exactly.
National security interests are at stake.
You could say that about pretty much all of Africa. They're incapable of governing themselves and benefiting their citizens because the governments there are all about looting and pillaging and lining their pockets and going shopping in Paris instead of actually making their country a better
People on the left are going to watch this. They're going to say, wait a minute, Erik Princes is talking about being a colonialist again.
Absolutely. Yes. Enough.
Do you think a time will come that they will come back to recolonize us? What's your opinion about what he said? I know the truth hurts our leaders. Not all of them though, as he said. He said all of them, pretty much all of them. I don't believe all our leaders are corrupt, but majority of them are corrupt. And they are corrupt because some of these countries' leaders enable them, help them, encourage them to steal from their own people. And because some of them, excuse me to say, are empty-headed, they don't just care. They only care about themselves. And that's why we are hearing this today. Every country travels. Italians travel long time ago to America to make a living. They went to Caribbean to bring a lot of Caribbeans to UK to come and help build the country. A lot of people travel, used to travel before. And even now, America need workers because their people, majority of the youth are sleeping rough on the street, on drugs. Actually, on drugs. They can't see day, they can't see night. So if they want people that can rule properly, I think they should look into the mirror and ask themselves, who is in the mirror? Are we the people who cannot take care of ourselves? It's just the illusion of thinking, people thinking that, well, America is better than the other countries. There was a lady screaming on TikTok about how Nigerians are saying that when they are in America, they will make it, and the black Americans are lazy. They are not lazy. They are not lazy. Unless you get there, you will not know what is really happening. Unless you get there, you will not know what is happening. People have this preconception that when they get to Europe or get to America, immediately they are rich, and that's why they're risking all their life to get there, and they don't care what happened to them. So is this man right to say that our African leaders are corrupt and they are coming to recolonize us? Would they do it? I don't know. I know he's just an ordinary person, but don't forget, he's in the army and he has his own private army. These are the people that they send to assassinate, to eliminate, to set up coups in other countries, and they are paid to do that. That's his job. Blackwater, that's what it's called. Company belongs, I think he sold it, but I'm sure he will have a share in it. He will have a say in it. And now he talked also about China, how China bring bags of money to our leaders in order to take the resources away. And they don't care whether they rule us well or they look after us. All they care about to get what they want. But he himself is now working with China. Can you imagine the hypocrisy there? He is working with China, but he is saying that our leaders are stupid and giving everything to China. but he's also working with China. He's working with Ukraine as well. He has his own private army that is working with Ukraine to fight Russia. He was in Libya before. FBI was investigating him. Well, now they said they found nothing wrong with him, but they were investigating him, brought him to, assassinate someone. He got paid to do that. I wish, I wish our leaders will wake up one day. I'm sure many of them will see this video circulating and change their mindset. Recently, I made a video about the Equatorial Guinea um, son, vice president, who is a son of the president as well. His lifestyle, the way he was using the money. Some say he's a businessman, but even if you are a businessman, even if you are a businessman, why would you use the country's money or your own money the way he's using it, and then have the audacity to go to UN and stand in front of people that do not like us begging for aid? So let's listen, talking about aid, what he said about aid to Africa as well. Thank you so much.
On the left, they're going to watch this. They're going to say, wait a minute, Erik Princes is talking about being a colonialist again.
Absolutely. Yes. Enough. Because if you go to these countries and you see how they suffer under absolutely corrupt, made-up governments that are just criminal syndicates, the people of Africa, the people of Latin America, a lot of them deserve better. Now, some countries are really getting it together. Not fix themselves, particularly in Africa, the worst. It's time to think about other governance options because they are clearly not capable of self-governance.
Or bringing the professionalism they need to capitalize on their own natural resources.
And the most of all, stop lending, stop the aid programs, which really only benefit the elites in those countries to the detriment of the little guys.
Or it's benefiting China, right, who's taking over building infrastructure.
Sure, because China doesn't care about the governance. They do black bag diplomacy, paying cash.
Yes, they're going to bring the professionals. The America and the European, they are the professionals. They know everything better. So they will come to Africa and manage our affairs and teach us how to manage our country. So the people will be recolonized again. It's not like freeing us again, but recolonize us again. So, like when he was saying that, I remember one Ghanaian writer, Madam Amma, may her soul rest in peace. He said, I don't blame them. I don't blame them. They need the resources and they came for it. They still want more and they are coming for us for it. It's left with us to decide on what to do. If we have good leaders, we'll be able to do what is right for our people. Just like Ibrahim Traore is doing now, taking over their own destiny in their hands. But then they are calling him war criminal. They are calling him war criminal because he said enough is enough. As Eric just said, enough is enough. We don't want more immigrants again. If anyone stand to say enough is enough, they will get rid of the person. He doesn't talk about that. There are great leaders that they get rid of. Dr. Kwame Nkrumah and the rest, Thomas Sankara, that they get rid of and they put their puppet in place. He said made up government. Yes, they are made up government because they chose them to keep corrupting Africa. So we'll be where we are. So they will keep giving us aid. It will be great for them to stop the aid. I scanded that. They should stop giving the aid and IMF loan and everything. If you keep feeding your child, let's put Africa as a child. We are not children, but let's put it that way. If you keep feeding your children and do not teach them how to be independent and truly fight for their own, they will continue to be poor. And they should take the aid back, IMF loan, everything back, and let us fight for our rights, our own, Let's fight and see if we will all die. We will not. We will survive. Please listen to him more.
Of all, stop lending, stop the aid programs, which really only benefit the elites in those countries to the detriment of the little guys.
Or it's benefiting China, right? Who's taking over building infrastructure.
Sure, because China doesn't care about the governance. They do black bag diplomacy, paying cash to the right people to get what they need signed, and they're on their way.
All right. Well, for our exit here on this conversation, it seems to me like the United States is in a foot race with disaster. That Iran's pushing us, into a hot conflict in the Middle East. They are shipping terrorists and have terrorist cells most likely are going to act this year in our election year. And of course, along with the rest of the flood cartels and others through the U.S. southern border. Give me an outlook.
Before even you get the BLM and the Hamas militias of the Democrat Party very active in the United States this summer.
Right. So give me your outlook. We're looking at terrorist attacks in the United States?
Yes, I agree with you, Mr. Eric. Stop the loan, stop the aid, stop everything. Stop everything. That's the only way we can learn to be dependent. Those are bribes anyway. We don't want them. Stop it all. And look after your people who are on the street, who are homeless. There are a lot of people that are sleeping in cars under the bridge. Look after them. That will help you, your country, and protect yourself from all the terrorists that you are talking about. Not knowing, not thinking that it's your own doing, going to other people's countries, putting your nose into their business. That's why they are also coming to your country to terrorize you. But when the time comes, you will tell the truth. So leave Africa alone, out of your mouth, because you are not coming back there to rule. Whether we have bad leaders or not, leave Africa alone. Because the young generations that are coming will not accept that. Don't forget, they will do to you what Niger did to France. That's what we will do to you. Don't come back. Thank you so much for listening. God bless you. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.